Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and thank you for stopping by. I would just say please resubscribe if YouTube has unsubscribed you. And if you're not getting notifications, I would recommend unsubscribing, resubscribing, and then hitting that notification bell again. Just reset the whole thing, make sure it's working. Now, for the video, we're seeing in the news right now that Poland is having border troubles. I don't know why you'd be having border troubles in a free movement zone that's being filled with millions of migrants from around the world that viscerally hate your society and your culture and history. I don't know why they'd be having border problems in Poland. Anyway, it's reminded me that I've actually made a video about this, and everything that I want to talk about right now, I've actually already said in a previous video. Literally almost everything. I'm a little bit skinnier as well, so it kind of makes me think how podgy I am. But I have actually said everything already. Watch the video. It's really good. I think you'll enjoy it. All the points that I make, they're relevant right now. The only thing I would say added on top of this is that in my initial video, I was hopeful that Tusk had turned a leaf and that he was going to be patriotic and try and hold down Poland's borders. But when he was actually elected, I think as prime minister or something, the first thing he did was like let the migrants in and open the borders. Basically, I think that Donald Tusk is Poland's Nigel Farage. Let that fucking sink in. Anyway, here's the video. Enjoy it, guys. And like I said, at the end, if you do like the video, then share it. I'll see you later.
If raising legitimate concerns about thousands and thousands of unchecked foreign males illegally entering our country makes me far right, then so be it.
In recent years, we've witnessed a stark, proactive border approach by Poland. And while controversial to some, it witnesses a direct and provocative approach to border security and its own national sovereignty. The Polish government's decisive action from rejecting EU relocation mechanisms to implementing advanced border fortifications serves as a blueprint for other nations facing similar challenges. And is it worth considering? Is Poland's approach a model that other countries should follow, or does it go too far? All right, so let's have a look at the UK then. Well, we find ourselves at a critical juncture, don't we? Facing many of the same issues as Poland, but with one unique advantage: a natural sea border. You see, unlike Poland, we don't need to construct physical barriers. Our challenge lies in enforcing our existing laws and recognizing the potential dangers of unchecked immigration. The UK's current immigration system is being exploited by individuals whose values and intentions probably don't align with that of the native British. Many of you have likely observed many changes in your local communities due to immigration. Whether these experiences have been positive or negative, they're crucial to this ongoing debate. By allowing large-scale migration, even through legal channels, we risk overwhelming our public services, eroding our cultural identity, and most critically, compromising our national security. Our current political system is ill-equipped to properly vet the volume of people entering this country. Now, this raises a bit of a question. How can we balance being a welcoming society with protecting our national interests? Is it even possible to achieve both? We must learn from Poland. We must introduce stricter border controls. We must introduce stricter laws when it comes to integration into our country and our society, and a zero policy when it comes to anti-British sentiment, breaking our laws, misabusing our system, or anything else that you want to consider anti-British. We need to learn from Poland's example and enact stricter controls when it comes to immigration and border control. We need to enact stricter laws when it comes to integration and desegregation. We need to find out who's an actual valuable member of our community and our country and who isn't. And if you're not valuable, then you're no longer welcome. Our current system is ill-equipped to properly vet the volume of people entering this country. It's simple. Those who come to our country must embrace British values, learn our language, and contribute positively to our society. But what does successful integration even look like, and who's responsible for that? Is there a measuring tape? Is there a certain color grade that we can use when we get to 100% successful integration? Or is integration something else? Now, some people may dismiss these conversations as being xenophobic or racist. I'm not allowed to say that. Now, some people may dismiss these kinds of ideas and these conversations and immediately start throwing isms at you. These people are not serious people. You do not need to listen to them. And quite often, they are the ones that are trying to benefit. What they usually do is use something called malicious altruism to wrap whatever they want in a shield of ickiness that you're not allowed to touch. Now, if you want to know more about that, previous video, check it out. Some may dismiss these concerns as alarmist or xenophobic. They might argue that this is simply the natural flow of human migration, devoid of any hidden agendas or ulterior motives. They might paint a picture of a harmonious, multicultural future where everyone lives happily ever after in a diverse society. If you disagree with stricter immigration controls, what alternative solutions would you propose to address the very real security concerns we face? I'll tell you what, let's discuss both scenarios and see how they play out. Sounds good? So let's say that I'm wrong, right? And those who dismiss these concerns are correct, and everything turns out perfectly fine, with everyone coexisting peacefully, regardless of their background. Then we've lost nothing by being cautious. We'd still have a secure, stable nation, just with a more diverse population, right? But if they're wrong, and I'm right, and what if, by ignoring these warnings, we invite large numbers of people who don't share our values or respect our way of life? And what if some of these individuals eventually subvert their way into positions of power? History has shown us time and time again what can happen when one group successfully invades and conquers another group. Consequences could be pretty dire. It's crucial to note, though, that while in the West, particularly the UK, prides itself on being colorblind, this isn't actually the case in every other part of the world. And for those that have lived outside the UK, particularly in Asia or Africa or India, in fact, literally anywhere else apart from the West, you'll realize just how incredibly important skin color is. I promise you, travel beyond our borders and you'll find that ethnic and cultural identity often play a significant role in social structures and personal interactions. So, considering both best cases and both worst case scenarios, what do you think the UK will look like in 20 years if the current immigration trend continues? Me personally, that question alone makes the stakes way too high to ignore. We have a duty to protect ourselves, the citizens of our country, our values, our way of life. Stricter immigration control isn't just a policy choice, it's a security imperative. We have to secure our borders, protect our people, ensure that the UK remains safe, prosperous, and culturally distinct as a nation for generations to come. I realised the other day, right, I'm 40 years old. There's no one above me apart from my parents. Once they're gone, I am the gatekeepers of everything that is British.
Let that sink in, guys. We've got our parents left. Once they're gone, there's us left, right? And once we're gone, everything below us, all of this dirty British infected poison that has been injected into our culture, that's what's left. So I say let's learn from Poland's example and let's just adapt it to our situation. Simple, right? We don't need to build a giant wall. We've got the entire ocean going around us. We're an island nation. It's perfect, right? We just need to enforce our laws. You know, the laws that we have that say coming here illegally is, oh, I don't know, what's the word? Illegal. It's illegal, right? So you can get the fuck out. And yeah, it sounds a bit much, but that realization that I had, that I was one generation away from being the last gatekeeper of what I grew up calling Britishness, and now feels like a foreign thing that people talk about in hushed fucking whispers. And like I said, once I'm gone, once we're gone, all that's left is the poisonous British memory that they've infected this place with. So what are you willing to do personally to stop the rot, to push things back, to make things British again? The least you can do is share this video, talk about it openly and honestly with your friends. You might find actually that a lot of people feel very similar to you, but they've just been so driven into believing that it's Conservatives or it's Labour, it's Conservatives or Labour, but not those racist reformers. Just remember that your voice matters. Look, we're an amazing people, we're an amazing nation, and we've been around for thousands of years. We own this land. We have every right to claim it. We've never been given a mandate to share it. As far as I'm concerned, they can try and change history. They can try and make you feel guilty. They can try and silence you and do whatever they want. But they'll never be able to take away your right to say that this is your legitimate home. Yours, not theirs. Look, if you've been watching this far, either you really fucking hate me or you do actually care a little bit about the country. I'd tell you to share the video and do all this nice stuff for me personally, but I'll be honest. Yeah, definitely do that. But we just need to start having conversations about this more with people that share our interests. And we need to stop listening to these gaslighters and carpetbaggers who tell us that we can't have an opinion. The native English, and by the way, 9 times out of 10, these people are not English. So tell them to fuck off.